best love I found in you. Visions of roses and pictures and poses, and grandma and grandpa dancing. There'll come a day when memories fade, but you will always be around. First came one, two, then came three, a family. Well, call me a simple man, but I got all I need. They say miracles will come to those who pray enough. As for me, I believe in miracles, but like the rain and the wind and the rivers that bend gently to the sea, here in my heart, I guess I just thought that